All classics, Cola 99.9. Cola Morning Show on Friday with Brian and Patty. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, live, Joan Rivers.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Joan.
Joan, we're the family show in the area here in Riverside, East
Well, that's
East
your
LA.
problem.
All right, Joan Rivers and her new book, I Hate Everyone, starting with me. That sounds like something you would say. I don't believe it, though.
Oh, please, you're not annoyed with everything. Where do you start? People that think their grandchildren are good-looking, children on planes, dating services that lie to you, waiters that talk to you too much.
Yeah.
It goes on and on. Date names that are just so stupid.
Are you dating anybody, Joan? Let's just get it out right now.
It did. My plus one now is an urn.
What's in your new book? What are we going to
tell us about
learn
it.
about Joan?
Well, you're not going to learn anything about me except what I hate.
Oh.
It's on the bestseller list for 5 weeks, New York Times. How about that?
Wow. That's
About it.
Dancing around. It's just a funny, funny, funny book, and people are reading it and laughing, and I'm thrilled.
Joan, where in the world did you find time to write a book? I see you on QVC. You're always on tour. You got your Fashion Police show. Where in the world did you find the time to do this?
On the plane going back and forth from New York to L.A.
Mm-hmm.
I believe
I
it.
go back every week because Joan and Melissa, the reality show,
Yeah.
is on, Fashion Police, so I'm 5 hours each way.
Got it.
I have 10 hours. So I started to write on the plane, which is better than talking to the person next to you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sick of people sitting next to me on planes and going, you going to finish that?
Anderson Cooper is out. I noticed you tweeted something
Yeah,
about...
you said you wanted Gloria
it broke
Vanderbilt.
my heart.
You broke-
I was hoping he'd end up with me. I would love Gloria Vanderbilt as a mother-in-law.
Yeah.
I think she'd be so warm and fuzzy.
She would. You could paint with her. And
We could paint. We could talk jeans.
Oh, speaking of that, we heard something about Melissa's got a fashion line, too.
Go to Zappos online.
Okay.
Okay, Zappos.
Melissa comes into me and she's saying, I'm going to design clothes. And you go, yeah, right. Next thing I know, she's got a line of clothing on Zappos that is so terrific and inexpensive and won't sell them to me.
If you were part of this Roseanne Barr roast that's coming up, what would you say about Roseanne?
I like Roseanne. I think she really should go back and just do stand-up.
Hey, give us your view on the Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes.
I am broken-hearted.
Are you?
I've lost my faith
Why?
totally in arranged marriages. Everyone is carrying on, so she's getting all the houses, he's getting all the closets, a lot of money. I want Melissa to get on the next list they give him.
Oh.
'Cause allegedly, they gave him the list.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that.
And I said to Melissa, come on, you could be Mrs. Tom Cruise. And she become a Scientologist. I'd make her.
What about Lindsay Lohan, who was voted the worst celebrity driver this week?
This week?
Yeah, right.
Whoa!
Who in Hollywood have you not worked with that you'd like to work with or just talk about more?
I'd love to work with Meryl Streep.
Oh, okay.
I love when you work with real actors.
Yeah.
I'd love to work with Dustin Hoffman. I did Nip Tuck about 6 years ago. And
love
both
it.
those guys were actors. And we would sit in the dressing room and talk about motivation and inner life and subtext. And I went, oh, my God, it's like being in an actor's studio. This is great.
Now, what about, should I ask you, what's the key to happiness or the key to success? What do you think it is?
Yes, I'm glad you asked me that.
Okay, go ahead.
The key to happiness, and this is for all, not for you two,
Okay.
all the people listening. Listen, you idiots, we're lucky. And
lucky.
every night you should say to yourself, what was the best moment of today? And if you can't find a good moment in your life, when we're living in this country, we're morons.
Okay, that's exactly right.
We got it made, Joan, don't we?
We got it made. And wash your hands.
All right, well, listen, have a wonderful
Thanks,
day.
Joan.
And thanks for spending a little time with us, Joan Rivers.
A pleasure, a pleasure, a pleasure. Have a great weekend.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
She's a piece of work, isn't she?
Kind of motivational, too.
Joan Rivers. 812, this is Cola 99.9.
All right. Before we talk to Ms. Joan Rivers, let's just to get a feel for how long she has been doing this, let's listen to a bit of Joan on The Ed Sullivan Show back in 1967.
I'll tell you something, the way the styles are today, I'm glad I'm married, because if I was single, I could never get married looking like this, you know? A girl, you're 30 years old, you're not married, you're an old maid. A man, he's 90 years old, he's not married, he's a catch. It's a whole different thing.
Good morning, Joan.
Good morning, good morning.
Yes.
You know, I have to say, your comedy back then was almost what you would call quaint. Almost quaint compared to what you do now.
Well, all comedy is quaint for back in those days. You couldn't say this, you couldn't say that. You weren't allowed. I wasn't even allowed to say I was pregnant when I was pregnant. I was standing there 8 months pregnant. I had to say, soon I'm going to hear the pitter-patter of little feet. I mean, it truly was a very different time for comedy.
Joan, I love the title of your book, I Hate Everyone, including me. Starting with me, what do you not like about yourself?
Oh, where do we start? Are you out of your mind? You want to look at the veins? You want to look at the flabby thighs? You want to look at the breasts that hitting the back of the knees? Oh, that's the ass. Breasts hitting the front of the knees.
Well, shouldn't we give old people more respect, Joan?
Don't give people respect that aren't going to remember you respected them.
Oh, my God.
Oh, well, okay, we're on a roll. What else do you hate, Joan Rivers?
Well, I hate children on planes.
I don't think you're alone there.
I hate people that make you think their grandchild is pretty. How many times my grandson is he's so gorgeous, they want him in an ad, a diaper ad, as a turd, maybe. There is no way your grandson is in a diaper ad.
Joan, why don't you come sit in with us one day? You've got to be in Portland sometime. Do you hate
love
Portland, too?
Sacagawea ended up there.
Yes.
Does that...
You don't know that?
Well, of course we know that. We've got a big-ass statue that we all look at.
That little stupid statue.
Yeah. That everybody spells the name wrong. I want to just say my husband and I have this very guilty pleasure, and this is so unlike me, but when we can't unwind, we watch Fashion Police. I think you are the funniest you've ever been in your career on that show. Who writes the lines? Do you do it?
Who do you think?
You do it.
One, Melissa, my daughter, is producing, so she knows how to leave me alone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
I finally get a producer that says, don't push her.
Right.
And number two, E.
Yeah, but what did they do to make you love them? They just let you do whatever the hell you want to?
Do, and they fight for the lines. They will go in and say to the lawyer, come on.
Right.
You can do that John Travolta line. Don't be stupid. It's funny. And I've never had a network so ready to go to bat for you.
How many times have you been sued?
I've never been sued because I always say allegedly.
There you go. See, this is
so
she's picked up a few tips over the last 50 years.
Maybe you could help us. Oh, that's smart, John. Well, next time you're in Portland, please stop by the studio. We'd love to see you.
Yeah, allegedly you'd love to see me.
No, we would love to see you.
I would love to meanwhile buy the book. I hate everyone starting with me.
All right. Joan Rivers with us this morning. Joan, nice talking to you. Again, we mean it. Come by and sit in with us when you're in Portland,
I
okay?
will, and we'll talk about Sacagawea. She was a tramp.
Can we talk?
Can we talk?
All right, Joan. Nice talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
101.9.
Kink.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is so hot. I just fed my dogs beans, hoping they'll fart. At least we'll get a little wind here. Something.
Hey, listen. First of all, Diary of a Mad Diva, Joan's book is out. And when Joan writes a book, unlike Hillary Clinton, who writes a book and I'm told doesn't really give up anything, Joan gives it up. Am I right, Joan?
Oh, you have to. Hillary Clinton, if you're going to write, for God's sakes, tell us the truth.
Yes.
I'm so bored with all that.
Yes.
But she's a liar when she said my daughter's beautiful. That started.
Oh, ouch. Can I confess something to you, Joan?
Tell me anything, my darling.
I've been a fan of yours for years because I hate politically correct speech. I love the fact that you lay it out there. You're a comedian. People can find it funny and laugh, or they can whatever. I love that about you. I always have.
Comedians are supposed to... Winston Churchill, who I slept with, by the way. Winston Churchill.
Hey, Joan, so did I.
He told me. And he said you were better.
Thank you. I think we're good together.
He said once, if you make somebody laugh, it's like giving them a mini vacation.
Yes.
I never forgot that. I mean, all comedians are here to do to make them laugh, and everyone's so politically correct.
I know.
You're not even allowed to say Indian anymore. And I'm talking about someone that knew Gandhi. You know, I'm talking about someone's got a red dot in their face.
Dot, not feather.
I don't know what to call anybody anymore.
I know exactly how you feel. Listen, and that's one thing I love about you. In fact, I love that about you so much. I'm a guy. I watch your Fashion Police show, and look, no offense to Kelly, no offense to anybody else. I watch for you because I never know what you're going to say, and you'll talk about anybody, and I love that about you. I want to know if any of these people any celebrities who have thin skin ever contact you, bump into you at an event, and say, hey, step down. Has that ever happened?
It's a wonderful question, by the way. And the answer is, you know, they make $25 million a year. You think Halle Berry cares I didn't like her dress? The ones that get crazy and upset are the ones that were selling pizza 2 weeks ago, you know?
Yes.
So Kristen Stewart got all upset because I said something. She said more balls hit her face than Venus Williams at Wimbledon or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand. So it's those C-list.
Get upset.
Those C-list celebrities are the ones you have to worry about, not the A-listers so much.
Celebrities that can't even spell the word C.
Yeah, I know. Hey, this is just off the top of my head. Do you think Kathy Griffin, I don't know what your relationship is like with her, did she kind of steal your act a little bit?
She's my very good friend.
Okay.
I was her mother on the terrible Brooke Shields show.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
That ran for 4 years, thank God. And I was the mother, and Kathy was my daughter on it.
I see.
So we've been friends forever. And
it's all good.
You've never seen me in person. I'm all over the stage. I work like Mick Jagger. I'm running. I'm going. And Kathy stands in one place. So we're very different in person.
Well, listen.
And I do love her. She's smart.
So it's all good. People joke, and you were the first among them to joke about, you know, cosmetic surgery and all that. I don't know how old you are, but I got to tell you something. You look pretty...
276.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you look pretty good.
I don't look it. I don't look it.
No, you don't. You look pretty good. I'm flipping around all the time. I go visit my mom and dad, and I want you to know something. My mom is so addicted to QVC. The QVC logo, this is not a joke, it's not a lie, is basically like emblazoned into the TV screen. You can see QVC no matter what channel you watch on the TV because she's had it on QVC so much. You're on there a lot. Do you knock down a lot of money with all that jewelry and all those clothes you're selling?
I didn't. I got a bad deal with them, but it kept me and my family nicely employed during bad times. I love QVC, and tell your mother, I love that she loves it because my stuff is wonderful.
Yeah, and she loves you, and she's got all your jewelry, by the way, and she talks about you like she knows you. She knows those hosts on there, by the way. I'll go home for a holiday, and she'll be like, why can't you be more like that David Venable on QVC? I'm like, stop, just stop.
Cook.
I don't cook. That's exactly right. He's got a way, though. So, listen, I understand from all the reports.
You know what? Tell your mother, next time you come, try to sell her some pots and pans.
I'll do it. Christmas. I'll take care of that at Christmas. Listen, I understand you had a pretty boring weekend.
Uh-oh.
I got into so much trouble this weekend. And I didn't mean to, you know, I'm out talking about the book.
I know.
Dive of a Mad Diva. And people ask you questions, and again, like an idiot, you answer them, and then you forget now with social media, it's all over the place. And I got very angry on CNN with a woman who began to interview me as if it was the Nuremberg trials.
I know. You were right, though. You were absolutely right in your position.
You know, why did you say Princess Diana walked through minefields? Oh, shut up. You know,
you're a comedian.
Wear fur.
Did she not get the memo that you're a comedian, Joan Rivers?
Yeah, she forgot that.
Sheesh.
And I just said to her, which I love, which I didn't even realize, I said, unless you're wearing a paper belt, I'm not going to talk to you about this.
Well,
I'm so sick of people that, you know, are all out for causes but don't do anything. Gwyneth Paltrow, blah, 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 and she's a vegan. Ugh.
Yeah.
I love what you said. You said, so I'm wearing a fur coat. Yeah, it was an animal that was killed 15 years ago. Get over it.
It was. And I know because the bullet's still in it. It says 1991.
Let me tell you something. You come to Alabama and you wear a fur coat and some hunter's responsible for it, we'll hug your neck and bless your heart.
Mm-hmm.
We really will. So you got mad and just stormed off. But I guess what they didn't realize at CNN and this particular interviewer is she gave you a whole nother chapter in the next book and maybe a whole new act.
Oh, I know, and I feel sorry for her because she's a straight news reporter, and
Yeah.
she shouldn't be trying to ask a comedian question.
That's right. Some assignment person screwed that up.
Lighten up.
Yeah, the assignment person made the mistake.
That's exactly right.
The cutie poo, oh, shut up. She obviously was a third wife. I'm surprised she wasn't Chinese. All third wives are Chinese.
All third wives, that's a law. So about your book.
Love Chinese women, I'm telling you.
I know. Your book is out right now. Tell us what to expect in the book, just the overall tone, so everybody will know they need to go get it.
It's silly. It's funny. It's dedicated to Kanye West. He made a statement, I am a proud non-reader of books.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Diary of a Mad Diva.
Yeah, Diary of a Mad Diva, and it's everyone's laughing out loud. It's on the bestseller list, so I'm very happy.
Good for you.
Hey, keep it up. I love what you do. I love your style and your spunk, and we need more people like you.
And happy July 7th, guys.
And do us a favor. Let us know or let somebody know so we'll see it in the news as soon as you're invited to the White House.
Oh, yeah, that'll be soon. I'll be invited to the White House the day I get my Obamacare check.
Love you, Joan Rivers.
Goodbye.
Stephen Deedy. We're out. Joan Rivers. Well, look,
Wow.
I was worried about that, but no need.
She was fun.
She's all over the news today because of an incident at CNN where she walked off the set and blessed out the crew because of the way they were dealing with her. In fact, here is what happened on CNN.
People love to laugh. I mean, clearly that's why people love you. But they also know that you have some shock value to you. I mean, on the cover of your book, you're wearing a fur, and you knew that there would probably be animal rights activists.
This whole interview is becoming a defensive interview.
No!
Are you wearing leather shoes?
Yeah,
Shut up.
I'm talking.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear. You're wearing fur. You're wearing leather shoes.
I'm not an activist, but I'm saying
You're
people-
eating chicken.
Yeah.
You're eating meat. I don't want to hear this nonsense. Come to me with a paper belt, and I'll talk to you.
But you did hear it in some of those press conferences. There were people who were upset, and you're just saying,
No,
what?
I'm going. I really am going because all you have done is negative.
No.
All you have done is negative. I haven't heard I make people laugh for 50 years. I am put on earth to make people laugh. My book is funny. I wear fur that was killed 15 years ago. I work for animal rights. Stop it with, and you do this, and you're mean, and you're that. You are not the one to interview a person who does humor. Sorry.
Are we serious?
Joan Rivers storming out of CNN live on the air over the weekend. We had a much happier ending with Joan. Diary of a Mad Diva.
Steve and Dee in the morning.